welcome to the September 2017 edition of ColeyCast, my monthly video message to the Alta Murrieta community. I'm Brent Coley, the principal of Alta, and I've got a lot of important info to cover, so let's get right to it, shall we? I want to start with PTA. PTA has asked me to let all of you know, to reach out to our Alta community and let you know that we have a couple vacancies on our PTA board that we need to fill. Secretary and treasurer are two vacancies that we have. So if you are interested in serving as the secretary or treasurer of our PTA board, please contact our office. They can give your name and contact information, pass that on to our PTA, who will reach out to you and give you all the information on how you can serve in one of those two positions. And moving on to let's stick with PTA, and I want to talk about PTA Family Movie Night. If you have been at Alta for even 1 year, you know that every year, twice, at the beginning of the year and at the end, PTA holds Family Movie Night. Out on the field, we put a big outdoor screen and we have an outdoor showing under the stars of a great movie. This year, we're going to show Disney's The Lion King. September 1st, Friday, is our first PTA Family Movie Night of the year, and we're going to be having a few changes to how we run our movie night. So I want to take a couple of moments and talk about what those changes are, and more importantly, why we are implementing those changes. In the past, we have opened the doors at 6 o'clock. This year, we're going to be pushing that back an hour. We will not be opening the doors until 7 o'clock. The reason for that is we start the movie at about sundown, which translates to about 8 o'clock. So that 2 hours, that was a lot of kind of dead time for kids to run around and sometimes get into mischief. So we're going to be opening the doors at 7 o'clock. This year, we're going to be setting up outside, but unfortunately, we've got our fire ant problem on the field again. So we're going to have to set up on the blacktop. So in the past, if you have brought blankets, not going to want to do blankets this year probably, bring your camp chairs, your beach chairs, because we're going to be setting up on the blacktop. So the first change is we're opening at 7 o'clock, an hour later than we have in the past. The second change is, in the past, at the end of last year, we had some kiddos on campus who weren't Alta students. We had some middle schoolers, high schoolers who had come on campus. Maybe they had been here in the past and they were kind of getting into some mischief. So we want to make sure that the people who are here on campus are people who were supposed to be here on campus. So I want to remind everyone, all students that are coming on campus, it's for Alta families only. So this is not an event where anyone can just come on campus, because again, we want to make sure that everyone who's here is an Alta student, an Alta family member, someone who is supposed to be here. We want it to be safe for everyone. So students are not allowed to just be dropped off. Students must be accompanied by a parent. The reason for that, again, if something, God forbid, were to happen, somebody were to get hurt or get sick, we want a parent there to be able to attend to them, take them home if necessary. So no dropping off kiddos and then picking them up later. Have to be supervised by an adult. And the other change, the last change, so first of all, we're opening at 7 o'clock instead of 6. Kids have to be supervised by an adult, no just dropping off. And the last thing is, once the movie starts at 7 o'clock, in the past we have had kids running around on the blacktop in the dark, playing on the play structure in the dark, and it is miraculous that we have not had any major injuries during that, because it's just simply not safe. We don't have people supervising over there. So starting this year, on this Friday, on September 1st, once the movie starts at 7, all students are going to be expected to rejoin their families, have a seat, and watch that movie. Once again, not trying to be killjoys, but it's family movie night, and we want everyone to be safe. It's not family come and run around in the dark and hopefully don't get a broken arm or broken leg night. And again, we've been very blessed that has not happened. But last year in May, when we had our last night and we had some people doing things they shouldn't have been doing, it kind of was a wake-up call and an eye-opener that we need to tighten some things up. So again, doors open at 7, must be supervised by an adult, and once the movie starts at 7, everyone is going to be expected to rejoin the families and watch that movie, okay? We hope to see as many of you there. It's a great night. There will be food for sale. Everything else is free. They have free popcorn, free admission, and if you want to get extra food for dinner, that will be available for purchase. Next thing I want to talk about is Coffee with the Principals. Our first Coffee with the Principals is also scheduled for September 1st. That's a Friday. This is going to be in the morning though, right after Friday Flag. If you have never come to a Coffee with the Principal before, it is an informal time. We've got free coffee, free donuts. It's just a time to kind of see what's going on at Alta. We'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. And this year we're doing something really special. I am really excited that this year we have purchased copies of the amazing book Table Talk Math. It's a practical guide for bringing math into everyday conversations. This is a book written by John Stevens, who is an amazing educator, and he has put together in this book practical ways that parents can engage their students in mathematical conversations. Things at the dinner table, while you're driving down to San Diego over the weekend, ways that you can talk about math. So you're seeing a truck with a semi with a bunch of pipes on it. How many pipes do you think are on there? And showing parents ways that they can have conversations like that to go deeper with math. Every parent that comes to Coffee with the Principal will receive, not every parent, every family will receive a free copy of this book. So we hope to see as many of you there. My goal is so that we have to buy more of these books. So Friday, September 1st, Coffee with the Principals, not just principals, Mrs. Caldwell and I will both be there to answer questions. We're going to talk about ways that we can have better conversations with our kids. Every family will get a free copy of the book Table Talk Math. We really look forward to seeing you there. Speaking of math, I wanted to just bring up the fast math conversation. I know that at back to school night the other night, that many of the teachers talked to you about some of the changes coming down with fast math. If you have been at Alta for a while, you know that fast math is an online computer program that students have used to memorize their facts, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division facts. Our district is shifting its focus away from fast math, and we're going to be shifting it toward things called number talks. Number talks are deep conversations that help develop number sense, number fluencies, and the conceptual understanding of those number facts. Now, we're not just completely getting rid of fast math, but the changes are going to be this. Kindergarten and first graders will no longer be doing fast math, so that'll be a little change. Our second grade students will be focusing in fast math on addition, mastering those addition facts. Third grade will be subtraction facts, fourth grade multiplication, and fifth grade division. So we're simply going to focus just on those grade levels with those mathematical operations. Now, I want to make it very clear. This does not mean, simply kind of shifting our focus away from fast math does not mean that we are no longer having students work on memorizing their fact. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we're not going to be using fast math as the sole vehicle to accomplish that task, because the research is showing that if we just have kids memorize the facts without having a conceptual understanding of what those facts mean, they're not able to transfer that as well into real life mathematical situations. So again, we're going to be spending a lot of our time focusing more on deeper what are called number talks. Your teachers will be able to give you more information. You'll be able to ask your kiddos about that too, with less of a focus on fast math. And one of the reasons for that, again, fast math, the way the program was set up is students had to be able to answer one of the questions within 1.75 seconds. And the definition of fluency is to be able to recall something in a reasonable amount of time. So let me use the example 6 times 7. If a student was said, they see on the screen 6 times 7 and they look and say, 6 times 7, 42, look on the keyboard, 4, 2, enter. that wouldn't have been fast enough for the program. They would not have gotten credit for knowing that 6 times 2 is 47, when in reality, 6 times 7, 42. I know it. I just wasn't fast enough for the fast math program. And a lot of the research is showing that when we time students on trying to do something like that, it kind of shuts down something in the brain that prevents them from accessing something that they actually know. So that's one of the reasons why we're shifting away from that timed fast math and going more toward really going deeper. Once again, it's not that we're saying learning your facts is not important. We're still going to be learning that. We're just going to be using different tools. For students who are excelling, we have other programs like MobyMax, Khan Academy, a lot of things that teachers will be doing. So please fear not. If your kiddo is doing well, we will accelerate, we will challenge your student so that they're not going to be bored. It's just not going to necessarily be through fast math. I know that's a change. And if you have any questions, please feel free to come and see me, or better yet, join us at Coffee with the Principal, because we'll be discussing this in more detail at Coffee with the Principal on Friday, September 1st. And I know this is a long one, but the last one, very important. I've got a visual aid for this one. I want to talk about the all enjoyable topic of traffic at dismissal time. And I am not going to look you in the eye, or in this case the camera, and say that our traffic situation at Alta is beautiful, because it's not. And I have yet to find a principal at a school who says that traffic at the dismissal time is beautiful. Unfortunately, we get out at 3 o'clock and we have over 800 students, all their families coming at exactly the same time. So it does get a little crazy. And we have our new parking lot, which is fantastic, and I want to thank everyone for your patience with there's just a lot of congestion, and people have been fantastic with that. But I have communicated, many of you have come to me with some concerns. I've talked with our Murrieta Police Department. Some of you may have seen one of our officers out there monitoring the situation, and our officer has asked me to communicate to our community a couple things. So I've got, excuse my crude drawing, this is not exactly Google Earth, but you can see here that, and I want to make sure that we get all of this in. The problem that we are having is so you can see we have 2 lanes coming into our parking lot. And I know that some of you come right here. You kind of go along the edge of Whitewood Road and you come along in this way. And I know that some of you come along, if you're coming from the south, if you're going north, you come along this way. The problem that we're seeing is here. What is happening is this line right here backs up, because we're taking turns, and you guys are doing a great job of taking turns here, 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 here. The problem is here, if there's, as you know, if you've come at dismissal at 3 o'clock, there's a long line right here, and this doesn't move very quickly. What Murrieta Police Department has asked me to tell everybody, if you are in this lane waiting to turn into our parking lot, because what is happening is we have people waiting here to get into this far pickup lane, because this is the pickup lane where you have to, this is just a through lane. This outside one is a pickup lane. If you are waiting to get into this pickup lane and this lane is open, if it is at a peak time at 3 o'clock, if you are waiting here and this first lane is open, you have to take that lane. Because to wait right here for this to free up and back this up is actually a violation of the law. It's impeding traffic, and you could be cited for that. Please don't shoot the messenger on this. I know that that is frustrating, because if you're coming from this direction and you want to get into the pickup lane, what Murrieta Police Department has told me is what they're asking everyone to do. If it is a really crowded time and you are waiting here to get into this last lane, what they're asking you to do is actually go all the way down to Whitewood, kind of toward the in and out, make a legal U-turn, and get back in line right here. I know that that's going to be different for some of you, but if you are here, bottom line, if you are here and you are having to wait for a significant amount of time to come in here, that's impeding traffic and it's not allowed. Basically, if there's an open lane, You have to take that from here, because what is happening is we have the first car waiting to get in. The second car wants to get here, and what they're doing is they're coming into oncoming traffic, which is completely dangerous, not to mention illegal. So bottom line, if you're coming from the south and you want to turn in here, if you have to wait right here and there's an open lane, you must take that open lane. Otherwise, the police department is saying you need to go all the way down, kind of toward the in and out, make a legal U-turn, and then come back and get in line along Whitewood. So once again, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to come and see me. I know that that's a little bit of a change, but wanted to communicate what the police department is, because they're working with us. There is no perfect solution, because as I said, 800 students represented, 800 families coming at the same time. It's gonna be crazy. And I appreciate everyone, like I said earlier, taking turns. Most of the complaints that I receive regarding our traffic situation stems from people either not taking turns or frankly just not being polite. They're cutting people off, they're not waiting their turn. So if everybody could be nice, that's our theme. If we can be nice, take turns, everything is going to go, it's not going to go perfectly because it is going to be very busy, but it will definitely be better. That was a long ColeyCast. Thank you so much for tuning in and making it till the end. If you have not already done so, sign up for our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We put information out, not just once a month like the ColeyCast, but we do it almost daily. As it happens, we put information out there. You can go to our website at altamurrieta.org. We've got our calendar page in there, announcements. Everything that you need to know is right there. Once again, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate everybody at our school, the community. You're awesome. I'm so blessed to be the principal of Alta. Thank you for taking the time out of your, what I know is a busy schedule, to watch this. As always, if you have any questions, drop by the office, give me a call, send me an email. I would love to chat with you, and I hope to see you at Coffee with the Principal on February 1st. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.